All right. What's up, Phoenix Nation? This is the Burly Dad Gaming Channel on Twitch, and my name is Razor, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Phoenix Rising Dynasty series here on Twitch live. So, the backstory about this is I built this team on the CFB25 team builder last season and wasn't really happy with the way everything was set up on the team building site. So I really wanted to kind of wait to see if anything was going to be better before I really utilized this team. So when CFB26 dropped and I jumped into the team builder, there was definitely a lot of added little perks and stuff on it, and it was a little bit easier to change your players and do stuff like that and set up rosters and all that. So I did it, and I always wanted to share this team with everybody else and run through a dynasty with them. So that's what this is all going to be about. So a little backstory on what's going on here. So this team is based off of the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. UWGB, as it's called, is located in Green Bay, Wisconsin. They have never had a football program. And it's always been interesting because of Green Bay with the Packers and professional football. And Green Bay is a huge football town that in this universe, it would be great to bring football to the college landscape. So, in essence, with that, this team is based off of that with a complete rebranding. If anybody knows UWGB, they do play Division One basketball. They've been in Division One for quite a while for basketball. Had some success back in the '90s, making it to the NCAA tournament, and I was young then, and we used to watch the games, and it used to be a really good time. But their color scheme and branding is like a green and red and white, which is kind of interesting when you think of Phoenix as their mascot. And I mean, they pull it off. It's okay. But in this storyline, we did a complete rebranding, new logo, new color scheme, the whole thing. And that's one of the cool things that I like about this team, is the uniforms and stuff and some of the things we put together, and it's pretty cool, and it'll be cool to share it with you guys. So, with that being said, tonight we are going to make history. UWGB has officially added a football program, and yes, the real school doesn't have one, but in our universe they do. And what's going to be awesome about this is it's going to be leading this brand new squad is going to be our new offensive coordinator, Jordy Nelson, Packers legend turned college coach. And we're going to be building his entire coaching journey from scratch. Anybody who knows the Green Bay Packers, Jordy Nelson was a Super Bowl champion with the Packers back in 2010 and had a great career here. And fun fact for all the people out there, if you don't know who Jordy Nelson is, Jordy Nelson graduated from the University of Kansas State. Um, and when he originally got recruited to go there, he was actually recruited as a defensive back, and they actually converted him to wide receiver. So his story is pretty cool if you follow along. And I mean, he's a really if you know anything about him, he's a real down to earth guy. He does a lot of stuff in the community. And in fact, he's been back in Kansas farming, as far as I know, from what I've seen and heard. But he's a really good person, and he was a real community contributor when he was with the Packers in Green Bay. So in essence, this is his coming back story and giving some more back to the community of Green Bay. So with that being said, let's take a little bit of a look at our roster here. So the one thing with 26 that was a little bit frustrating was trying to get your roster. So they give you different tiers of what you can do. You can do like cupcake, average Joe's, blah, blah, blah. But when you would switch in between those, it would really kind of sporadically uh, change devs and change ratings and all that. And it was actually kind of hard to follow with. So actually, we'll jump back here. So our first game is going to be against Purdue. And as you can see, we're 59s across the board. That's a little bit skewed because of the fact that we do have some good players. And I don't really see how the 59s come into play because we do have some good players, but yeah, our bench is really lacking, which makes a lot of sense because this is a new program starting out. The school brought in Jordy as a recruiting piece, as he's a real good person with the community and is really good as an ex NFL player who has success, won a Super Bowl. He's going to be the recruiting face of this new program. And with him being able to go out and talk to people, he actually did find a few transfers to come in with some very good experience, with some very good potential, and are going to be the face of this program to start, hoping that they can lift everybody else up in the program and lift them up to success. Another thing that I didn't share about, if you didn't understand what this is going to be, this is going to be a broadcast mode. This is slow simulation. So I'm not going to be actually playing the games. We're going to go through, we're going to do all the coach mode. We're going to do everything, and then we're just going to broadcast the game, and it runs through slow sim. And that's what it's going to be. If you have any questions about that, just hit me up in chat or let me know. You drop me a line or whatever and find out about this. This is a very cool aspect of the game that a lot of people don't even actually know about. And there are leagues out there. So if you're ever interested in something like that, I can point you in the right direction. So with that being said, let's take a look at our roster. So, like I said, we do have a few stars on this team. And the first star I'm going to start with is Keontae Tyson. He is a running back. He's got some speed. He's got some wiggle, and he is going to be our star running back who is going to help lead this offense for Jordy Nelson. We do have also a star dev wide receiver in Demetrius Williamson, who transferred in from the University of Wisconsin, as he was not that happy where he was there, and he didn't feel like he was getting utilized. And knowing that Jordy Nelson has experience as a wide receiver, he thought this would be a great opportunity. So he is in his senior season, so this is going to be his one season to show his thing, and he's looking to try to make it projected into the NFL draft at the end of the season if things go well. So that's the reason he is here. And if Chase Freeman is the face of the defense, he's the middle linebacker, he's a thumper, and he hits hard. So it's going to be fun to see what he can do in the middle of that defense on the back end. And I'm just going to switch to quarterbacks here. So we do have some quarterbacks on the team that they're all pretty average. And with that being said, Jordy has decided that he is going to go with the freshman, Deontay O'Neal, that he believes can run his offense the way it needs to be run. And I believe he said he's got a certain name for it, and we're going to wait to find out what that is. But Jordy wants to run his old Kansas State offense that he ran when he was that he was a part of in college. So we're going to be starting the season out in a power spread Kansas State playbook, and that's what's going to be going moving forward. And Jordy wants to see what Deontay O'Neal has. He's a star dev. He's got winning time, mental ability. He's obviously a little bit lower on the overall on our roster, but he believes that this is who it is that needs to take forward to move forward with this team and take it to where it needs to be. So if you haven't noticed yet, the Green Bay Phoenix will be in the MAC conference. And I'm waiting for the Pumpkin Bowl, which is going to be Bowling Green versus Green Bay, and I can't wait for that to happen. I'm not sure if they're on the schedule in season one. We'll have to wait and see. One thing that I was a little disappointed in is when I did make this team, it was a half star, but for some reason when it uploaded, it's a 1.5 star. And I think there's something when whatever team you put it in for, I think it might just carry over. So obviously that's really not realistic. Obviously, if you're a new school just starting up a new program, you're not going to be at 1.5 stars. But unfortunately, that's just the way it is in the game. So we're going to have to deal with it. It will make things a little bit easier, but to be honest with you, with the recruiting, uh, the logic that's being used for the recruiting is mainly, predominantly, I should say, is recruits will all be local recruits. So we're talking the Great Lakes area. If any recruits are outside of the Great Lakes area and they do show interest, we can go for them as well. I think I only have one or two others that might not fit that mold because it was pretty limited in the recruiting. But so what we're doing though is for recruiting, it's only 3 stars and below. So we're not going to go after any 4 or 5 stars until we have a higher prestige. Until we hit 3 prestige, we're not going for any 4 or 5 stars. So that's how we're going to run this. And it'll be the same with the transfer portal too once we get to that and everything. So yeah, one other player I want to point out on our roster here is a redshirt freshman that transferred in from Northern Michigan. He is a local product, and he plans to be the new face after Chase Freeman leaves, the new face of our defense, and that's Darius Jones Jr. He's the son of Darius Jones, who played for the Wisconsin Badgers and played in the NFL for a while. And he is a local product who went to Neenah High School, which is just an hour south of Green Bay. And he wanted to come home. He was tired of playing up in northern Michigan and wanted to be back home so his family and friends could all come see him play. And he's going to be the focal point moving forward in this rebuild. So yeah, he's going to see some playing time this year. He's in some packages, so he'll be in there. But he's good, but he's raw, and but he'll definitely be making some contributions to this team moving forward. So yeah, so there's that. To be honest with you, the rest of the team, there's not much to talk about. It's all pretty average guys, and I think this is going to be really interesting moving forward, seeing how this team is going to play. And of course, our biggest test to date, because we haven't played a game yet, is Purdue out of the Big Ten. And as you can see, they're running 76. We're running 59s. Do I think GB is going to win this game? No. I do not think they're going to win this game. Do I think they can play competitively? I sure hope so. If Jordy did his job and is jacking these guys up and getting them pumped, which if anybody knows who he is, that's the kind of person he is. He's very motivational. He's not a huge rah-rah guy, but at the same time, he's very wise and very, I guess not soft spoken, but he's very knowledgeable on the game, and I believe he's going to pull that into this team and mold it and shape it into what kind of football player he was in his NFL career. So I know I'm going to get this wrong too. So our head coach here is Mike Iramovich, and he knew Jordy from his playing days back in college. They played about the same time. So Mike was the one that reached out and was able to help convince Jordy to come back to Green Bay and help out with the team and rebuilding and making this a program to be talked about. So That is our head coach, and as you can see, he has no career record or anything like that, so he does not have much of any perks or ratings like that. So this is going to be a tough rebuild off the start. We'll take a quick look at the recruiting, and then we're going to jump into the game. So here you go. Here's our recruiting. So number one on our board, we found a gem, Emmanuel Faust, out of Georgia. Yes, he's not in the pipeline. This is one of them. We were on his top 10 to start. So we decided to take a look at him. And as of right now, we are in the lead, and it looks comfortable. So I'm thinking that the pipeline might not be an issue. So we're going to be staying on him. So as you can see, we do have 400 points, which is nicer than if we were a half star or 0 star. So we do have some extra points that we can be putting on some products, but I'm using the all 50 method here of trying to get these guys in. We also have Dylan Kane, who we were on his top 10, scouted him, and he was a gem as well, so decided to go after him. He's an elusive bruiser, which is running backs I tend to like, especially in this kind of scheme. So it'll be interesting to see if we can land him. We've already picked up some ground, and there's no other scholarships on him right now, so that's a great thing. We need line, and left tackle's a great place to start. So we got Landon Keegler. He's a Wisconsin product. He's a JUCO. So you'll probably see a lot of JUCOs on here, and hopefully a lot of Wisconsin products too. Tremaine Coleman, he is a right tackle out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We got him on the board. We got Cameron Lewis, tight end out of Illinois. John Cash, wide receiver out of Milwaukee. Danny Ishmael, a cornerback from Illinois. Anthony Tull is a D tackle from Indiana. We're a little light up front, so that's going to be one of the areas that I'm going to focus on. And then we got some other guys on here who we have scholarships out to, but no points to put on them right now. But we'll get to those guys hopefully as soon as possible. Hopefully, too many of these don't fall off. We got a couple on here. We got some 2s and 1 stars down here, and everything that we're going to try to go after. So, actually, I think I just had these on there. This guy's got to come off. And yeah, so that's where we are for recruiting right now. It's going to be interesting to see how many players we can get, and how bad it's going to be at the end of the year. And I'm very intrigued to see how transfer portal is going to be too. So with that being said, let's jump into our first game, as Green Bay will be taking on Purdue. And I just love looking at that logo. I think that logo is so cool. That's why I so wanted to get this into a game and run it. Let's see. Yeah, we'll let Purdue have that. What do we got? So here's our away jerseys. It's the all whites, and obviously we have all different parts. So if we want to mix this up, mix and match, we got lots of stuff that we can do. Obviously, yeah, I think we're gonna stick with that. Just a quick show you, this is what we're running. So here's our home jerseys. We got all orange. We got it away all white. We have an alternate home, which is our blackout. I can't wait to run these. I think these are pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Tennessee a little bit. We have an alternate away, which is fire yellow, sun yellow, sure. And then we have an alternate gray uniform as well. So that is our uniforms. And obviously, like I said, you can mix and match a ton of these. So it'll be pretty cool. So let's go this, but no, I'm just going to go with oh, it didn't do it. I'm just going to go true away. And yeah, let's get this going. So here we go. History being made. First game ever in the history of UWGB on the football field in Division One FBS. And as all I can say is I think this is going to be a statement game, not a win or lose game. So we're trying to show that we belong, and hopefully that is what's going to be the case in this game. It is a Big Ten team, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. And honestly, I don't know what to expect at all with this team. Ryan Brown's stats don't look that great, so I'm hoping our defense can keep him in check. I'm not even sure what Purdue runs anymore. If they run still kind of an air raid offense or not. Almost our first sack of the college season. Well, the guys are crashing hard on the ball. I like to see that. As you can see, there's Chase Freeman in the middle, and he's getting blocked. But we got somebody to the ball. So 3rd and 5 here. Let's get off the field, guys. Ooh, stopped him short. And they're not going to go for it. That's very surprising. Right around midfield, 4th and inches, you'd think he'd go for it. So here we go. Deontay O'Neal under center, running Jordy Nelson's offense. This is going to be interesting to see. A little bit nervous. Freshman coming out here. First game ever in college history. And you put a freshman out there on day one. And first play is a completion. That is a great start, and that is only going to build confidence. And that was to the Devontae Tyson, the running back. And right on cue. There we go. Got some back. Got 3rd and manageable now. Don't like not seeing a running back in the back. Don't run into him. It kind of looks like awareness might be an issue here. But it's the first drive. The offensive line is not very stout, so it would not shock me to see quite a few sacks in this game against a much better opponent. And that's our star punter, apparently. Well, bending but not breaking. Well, I'm going to consider that a win so far, except for the minus 12 yards rushing, but that was obviously because of the 2 sacks. And the fact that I don't think we actually ran the ball once that first quarter. So that quarter went super fast. Good pursuit. Party at the ball, boys. We got 3 quarters. We're fine. Okay, let's go Phoenix. Let's get something moving here. Play action. Ooh, he was open. Good throw. Got to get this quarterback out in space, it seems like. Hey, a run. Ooh. Yeah, I am not a fan of the play action in this playbook. That's 3 sacks already in the first half. That is going to be a problem. At least he didn't fumble. Well, I hope he runs more. That did not look pretty at all. Come on, get some pressure. There we go. Third and 3, come on. Nope. It's the one thing that drives me nuts about defense in this game on user teams, that the linebackers drift so far back and they just leave that open all the time. But I feel like the CPU, they don't not drift back that far. Because every time we throw short, we're just getting hit right away. Nice tackle. I don't know if I've ever seen that animation before. Come on, somebody win. Nope. Whoa. I don't know who that was, but he came flying in. Too bad he didn't make the tackle. I think he was running too fast. He ran right by the play. And that's not the play. Why are they replaying that? That's weird. Well, it's D up, Phoenix. Got to keep him out here. Hold him to a field goal. There we go. Is that Dean? Yep, DJ Dean. He's a big dude. Nice play. There we go. Held him to a field goal. That's all you can ask for. Well, 1:05. Let's see if the offense can do something. If I know EA like I think I know them by now, I'm thinking somebody is still going to score. And I'm hoping it's the Phoenix. But you never know. And if you're going to run and call timeouts, that might not happen. Just get a first down so you don't have to punt it back to them. That's all I ask. Man, uh-oh. There it is. He is not looking to scramble at all. Is this another dual threat that does not scramble? I mean, it wasn't a terrible pass, but he had tons of room right there to scramble. Purdue's quarterback with 101 yards so far in the game. It's not so bad. If we can hold a Big Ten team under 300 in passing, I'm happy. Alexander Valentine with the tackle. It's one of our star safeties. And that's wide open. And wow. He got popped. 2nd and inches. I don't know why they're not tush pushing. Probably waiting to 4th down to do that. Get him. That's a hard pill to swallow. Is that Freeman? So now that's Chase Freeman. He's got like 90 hit power. And he got ran over sort of by a quarterback. We're going to learn a lot this game, boys. We're going to learn a lot. Oof. That might have hurt. Well, I mean, that's not terrible defense, but the 12 first downs, that's killer. Like I said, they are definitely running a bend but do not break defense right now. But our offense is not looking good. That was a nice play. We might have to rethink some things. Jordy's definitely the kind of coach that will change a scheme if he needs to match with his players. He's not going to try sticking a square peg into a round hole. There we go. Now that's what I was expecting to see out of the gates. Power running up the middle. And yep. I have a feeling somebody's a little rattled. No, it's not an injury week. I know you guys are thinking that. There we go. Yeah, we need to get him the ball. This is where I wish the game would kind of transition and realize, hey, we're having success with this. Let's do it a little bit more. One-handed snag by the tight end. Nice. Third and inches. Tush push. Yep. Ooh, he got it. Well, time to get back in this game. There he is. Nice run. Give it to him. Give it to him. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Down 10. We're back in this game. So you're telling me there's a chance. Just got to figure out how to slow the offense down. A little double mug action here, and that's wide open. That's a good read by their quarterback. Oh, there's a huge pancake in the middle. Yeah, that's the one thing that is probably the downfall on the defense. Is their line is light. There's not much here. Oh, but that's Dean. That's DJ Dean. He's the really only bright spot on that defensive line. He's very strong, a little slow. But he can get off the blocks. Come on, somebody get in there. There we go. Wide open. Oh, nice truck. Yeah, I think we can see we're a little overmatched here. And I can't say that I'm surprised. But like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So we knew this was going to be a rebuild, and I'm expecting, if we had to talk about like a win-loss for season 1, I'm expecting 3 wins. So I'm figuring on like a 3-9 season. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty rough. Number 90 might never see the field again after that play. That was ridiculous. He didn't even put an arm out. Watch it, if you can see it on this replay. Watch number 90. Yep. He just runs right by him. Nice. Yeah, it might take us 2 days to rebuild this one. Oh. I'll take it, but he should have cut outside on that, I think. Looked like it was really opening up to the outside there. Could have bounced it. We can move down the field, get a score here, keep it respectable at least. That's worth something. There you go. That was a good throw. Kind of in stride. Like to see that. You had the run. Or not. Yeah, look at that. Nine for 72 for Keontae. You can't ask for more than that. So, I think we just have to worry about O'Neal. That was a good throw. I think that was Williamson. He hasn't been targeted very much today, and that's a shame. All right. Yeah, he's obviously hanging on to the ball way too long. He had plenty of time to get rid of that. Not quite sure why he's running backwards, too. He had plenty of room to move up in the pocket if he had to on that take off. Okay. At least I'm seeing glimpses. There's at least glimpses where he looks the part. See? And there's one of them. That is what I was expecting to see a little bit more from him. Instead of taking 5 sacks. Oh, don't cut out. So close. Could have cut that in. Ooh. There was nothing there, no hole. I like that play, though. Get rid of the ball. I don't know what that is. If that's an awareness thing, what is that? He's just not getting rid of the ball. I disagree with this. I would have kicked it. Or not. I mean, in that spot, I guess. I mean, you obviously need 2 touchdowns no matter what, but you could always take the field goal there and get it within 2 scores, and here comes another sack. Wow. We got some work to do. Nice catch. Who's that? Is that Tyson? Yes, it was. I think that was the same play that he had the catch on, like, right at the beginning of the game. So obviously that play works. Well, we got 14 up against the Big Ten team, so I say that's a win. Because I saw a few Big Ten teams this season not score any points in games, so I think that's a win. Here we go, 3rd and 2. Is 3rd and auto live? Is it alive? Yep. But they didn't actually pass, which is a little shocking in its own. So 1 timeout left and 2-minute warning. Might get the ball back. Be nice to get a fumble. Oh, not one, but two guys picking up their jocks off the field. Wow. Those are some nice moves. And there you go, 2 minutes, and they're going to run it out. Oh, now they're going to actually run a play. That's good. Maybe. They're going to score with like 10 seconds left. I've seen this happen 100 times. Oh, he goes out of bounds. Just to rub it in. Here comes the touchdown. Oh, or first down. Maybe now they'll nail it. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Let's take a look at the stats. ...216 yards total offense. Only gave up 301, so that's not too bad. Total plays is light. Not quite sure why that is. 20 carries, 39 yards, and a touchdown. Gave up 24 for 96 and 2. 2 yards a rush. Yeah, that's all those sacks are just skewing that. So he was 15 for 17, huh? We had no turnovers. I just want to look at... No, we did have the one turnover, the one interception. That's right. He threw that. Okay, third down, 3 for 7. They were 7 for 9. Yeah, that's not going to help your chances of winning a football game. You can't get them off the field. So let's look. So Deontay was 15 of 17 for 177. Obviously 88 completion percentage. You can't complain about that, but there wasn't too many downfield. He did average, I guess, 10 yards. That's not so bad. Along the 29. That's not terrible. I think it's still doable. It's a long season. Pretty sure we're just going to ride it out with him. 10 carries for negative 32 yards, though. That's a problem. We got to figure that out. That might be a playbook issue, which is fine. I did have a couple other playbooks in mind to keep in the same theme of what we're trying to run here. So Tyson 10 for 71. He was the bright spot. I like seeing that. Got to get him more involved. He needs more than 10 carries. Williamson only had 1 for 16. That's a problem. He's got to get the ball. So we got to figure out how to get him the ball. And so McLaurin, our tight end, 4 for 60. Tyson had 4 catches out of the backfield for 46 and a touch. And Javion Foreman had 3 for 40. Scooter Page, that's a problem too. That's our slot, and he's only got 1 catch on the day. That's probably a playbook issue. We gotta look at that. So blocking, yeah. Blake Sutton giving up 2 sacks, and Kalen Franklin gave up a sack. On defense, Alexander Valentine, our strong safety, 10 tackles. That's a good job. He shouldn't be making that many tackles, so that means the guys are getting too deep. Chase Freeman had 7, so that's not too bad. 3 solos. Josh Coles too. Darius Jones, 6 tackles. Good to see. TFLs, we got 2 and 1. Is that DJ Dean? Yep, DJ Dean. Yeah, I know. Look at that, 58 overall. But he's the big man in the middle. He makes stuff happen. 2 sacks. to be honest with you, I expected worse. I can live with this. This is something to build on. I don't think I don't think we need to change anything right now from a lineup standpoint. I think we're fine. Um, it's gonna what it's gonna come down to is execution, and it's gonna be to see what we do against other teams. So, with that being said, week 2, we are Green Bay is on the road at Northern Illinois, which is our rival. So that's going to be a rivalry game, and that's going to be a night game down at Northern Illinois. So, and after that, then we're back at home for our first game ever in Green Bay, and that's going to be against FCS. So, looks like Northern Illinois is already 0-1. So it could be an interesting game. I don't know. I don't think I can. Nope, I can't look here. I thought maybe I could see what Northern Illinois stats are. Um, but yeah, like I said, not too bad. Could have obviously been better in a lot of things. Too many sacks. That's the biggest thing. I think too many sacks and defense just couldn't get off the field. Um, but other than that, I mean, they didn't get destroyed defensively. Um, it was serviceable, and against a Big Ten opponent, I think that's more than you could ask for. We got to figure out the offense. Um, I mean, we did score 14 points, so it's not like it was abysmal, but I think we can do better with what we have. Uh, get get Tyson the ball some more, and go from there. So yeah. Um, Anybody got anything in chat? Wait till conference. Yeah, it is the MAC. Speaking of, I want to see. I want to look at that. Who do we have out of the MAC this year? Who do we actually play? So we got Central Michigan, Ohio, Western Michigan, Akron, UMass, Kent State, Eastern Michigan, Toledo, and then we have a non-conference at UConn to end it. So yeah, so I mean, Toledo is probably, well, I mean, I guess in Ohio. Ohio's usually decent. But we don't have Buffalo, so that's good. Um, who else are we missing? Miami, Ohio. Oh, we don't have Bowling Green. Well, there's not going to be a pumpkin bowl. Damn it. I was so looking forward to a pumpkin bowl. We're gonna have to wait till season 2 for that, it looks like. But I mean, obviously, it you're right. Once we get into conference and start seeing what you do against some of these teams, I mean, I the only team that I would be really concerned about, I think, is Toledo. Um, Maybe Western Michigan and Ohio. Those will be, I think, probably some of the toughest games. Are any of these other teams a rival? I don't think they are. And so, yeah, and so everyone knows. So, Northern Illinois, these conferences were updated to reflect what is going to happen in the next year. So, the Pac-12 is built in this dynasty. Northern Illinois is in the Mountain West in this dynasty. I think I don't know if I moved UConn or not. I think I might have left them independent just because they've had talks with different things. Conference USA, I think actually the American was a possibility and stuff like that. I think I just left them because nothing's been really determined yet. But like UTEP, I moved UTEP to the Mountain West and all that stuff too. So that's all in this dynasty and will play out. So um, yeah, it'll be interesting to see once we get to the conference. So, but yeah, um, so player of the game for that game, I'm gonna have to go with. Oops, I don't want to look. I don't want roster. I want stats. Give me one more. There we go. Um, I gotta say it was definitely Keontae Tyson. I mean, so he's 10 for 71, 70 yards a carry, one touchdown, 4 catches, 46 yards and a touchdown. He's definitely our playmaker. He's our stud. So yeah, we'll figure out how to get him the ball more, get him more involved. And then, like I said before, we got to get Demetrius Williamson involved. He's our playmaker on the outside. We got to get him involved. How we're gonna do that, I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll figure that out. And defense was, like I said, serviceable, so I'm not going to worry about anything over there. I think our aggressiveness and our playbook's fine. What we're running over there, if you wanted to know, we're running a 3-4 defense on the backside. So next episode is when. So yeah, the reason I started this tonight was just because of the fact that with the holiday weekend, and I'm actually off tomorrow, and then obviously for Thanksgiving and the day after, so I got a stretch here where I'm off, and I got some time and nothing really important going on. So I'm thinking the next stream is probably going to be Friday sometime. I'd love to do one on Thursday night, but I have no clue when we're getting back from Thanksgiving festivities to schedule one for Thursday night. And I'm not going to lie, I would do one tomorrow night, but I can't because tomorrow night is Netflix and chill. So Stranger Things drops tomorrow night, so we're going to be busy doing that, and hopefully other people are too. Pretty excited about that, actually. We're kind of nerds when it comes to that stuff over here. And I'm very excited for the premiere of season 5 and the finale. I don't like how they broke it up like that, though, but it is what it is. You get used to it. I'm just glad it's finally coming because after season 4, it just feels like it took forever. So, yeah, so I'm thinking probably Friday night will be the next stream. And then maybe Sunday night after that. That probably works out. So I'm thinking probably a Tuesday, Friday, Sunday schedule slate for running this. That's going to be my first guess at it. So yeah, if you got anything else, drop it in the chat or hit me up. It was a good time. I think this is going to be a fun rebuild. We got some playmakers, so that's all that matters. It wasn't a complete disaster. So, and then we'll check the recruiting board obviously next time. I think we got to bring in some more speed. We need some juice on the offense and defense. I know on defense we definitely need some juice. And yeah, and then so next week we got a road trip to Northern Illinois, and we'll be hunting for win number 1. So, all right, Phoenix Nation. Episode 1 is in the books. If you're new here, smash that follow. If you're watching the VOD, I love you guys. Thank you very much. And episode 2 will drop next stream and plan on Friday. So, and as Jordy Nelson says, remember, rise from nothing. We're out.